This video is sponsored by OneFootball. OneFootball's app makes it easy to keep up to date with transfer news, scores and stats all in the one place. To download the OneFootball app, click the link in the description. The app is free.
Hey guys, it's Timo in Chicago. Just got done watching Man City Everton, and here are my thoughts. I'm not all that surprised by today's result. As soon as I saw Ghana was not going to be in the side, he's been so vital in winning the ball back in midfield that's what has been the difference in our defense this year versus last. He's just been amazing and consistently one of our best players. And when I heard that he wasn't going to be in the side, I figured probably a point is what I would like the most out of this game. I didn't really see 3 in it for us, but I understand that, anything can happen. That being said, I understood 5 at the back. I don't think it worked perfectly, but I do think it kind of worked for the most part, if you'll hear me out. Given that Ghana was not going to play and that we have been rotating all 3 center backs recently, I thought that it made sense with the situation to move to 3 at the back, 5 at the back, whatever you want to call it, and just kind of sit back and play defensively solid and just kind of break out on the wings and see if we can't nick a goal. Unfortunately, there were a couple flaws with the system. One was that we weren't playing out of the back well, Mina especially. But I think what they really took advantage of the most was the fact that our center backs didn't know how to communicate in the back 3 well enough to maybe try this system out against one of the best teams in the world, like Man City. I think both goals coming from crosses highlight a lack of communication, a lack of understanding of positioning. And while one was during the back 5 and one was during the back 4, both of them, to me, signal a problem with how our defense was structured. I still think 5 at the back was the right play with no Ghana, but unfortunately it just didn't work. But for me, that wasn't the difference today between the two sides. For me, it was finishing. They took their chances and we squandered ours. And the main thing of that is we need to fix our attack in the final third, and we need to find a true center forward. Now, I don't know if that means transfers coming in January or just start by trying to bring in some youth from the younger ranks. I'm not saying start a kid who's never played in the Premier League before, but get him on the bench for games. Play him last 5 minutes of games. Just play him in a cup game. We have to either bring in talent in January, which is expensive and hard to find, or we need to focus on the players that we have in our youth system and start bringing them through. Another problem with our attack in the final third, as far as I'm concerned, and it's just my opinion, is that Theo Walcott is playing far too much. He starts or gets subbed on every game, and he doesn't make enough of a difference to justify his playing time. Now, I appreciate that Theo works really hard and he tries to get in good spaces. He runs at defenders and he does try to track back. Unfortunately, he's failing to make connections in the final third, failing to hold on to the ball in the final third, and he's not finishing. If his end product isn't there, I don't know what he brings to the side other than just raw pace. In my opinion, he can't keep getting in game after game after game without producing more. As far as I'm concerned, I would rather have the youthful exuberance of Ademola Lookman than Theo's consistent errors. For me, when Lookman is on the ball, he provides an excitement and a spark that Walcott is just not providing right now. I'm not sure if either are long-term answers at the position, but I'm done with Theo Walcott. It's just not good enough. Just like Silva did with Jank, maybe it's time to take him out for a few games, get his head right in practice, get his head right off the pitch, and see if he can't come back in a few games and provide a difference. And that brings me to Silva. I have to criticize his first set of substitutions. I hated those first 2 subs. they didn't make any sense to me. First off, if you're going to take Coleman out, which I understand he hasn't been great as of recent, why is John Joe Kenny not on the bench instead of, say, Morgan Schneiderlin? If you're going to take him off and move to 4 at the back as well, John Joe Kenny makes even more sense, because then you have someone to put in that position and you can take off Yerry Mina, who has been playing not that great in the first half, and then throw on a forward, have an actual 4 at the back, Gomez sitting in front of them, then you got 3 in midfield, and then you can play both Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison up top. It just didn't make sense to me that you thought playing Kurt Zuma on the right in a back 4 would be a good idea.